Hey, we're going to have a look at the E7th chords. So we'll take a E major to start with. So again, this chord is in the fashion of first note, fifth note, first note repeated, then your third note. Okay, now something to note as well, because we've got the full 6 strings to play with, there's often another way that you can actually play your 7th, or you can tweak it a little bit. So we'll have a look at that as well. Now, first step, we're going to go, okay, let's find that repeat of the root note. Easy, okay? Now, when we go to do a E7th chord though, E major 7th, it feels a little bit uncoordinated. All right, so we need to drop that third finger back to the first fret. So what you end up with is this weird reverse shaped E upside down thing, and it just feels a bit wrong at first. But when we do it, you've got a full-fledged, beautiful E major 7th sound. So that's a really full-bodied E major 7th. Now, it's also a bit of a pain. So an alternative to this is, all right, well, let's just skip that fifth note altogether. Okay, so we'll use a little bit of finger picking here and just use those two. Now that is a really nice tone. So where before we've maybe used the full 4 notes in a 7th, this one's actually dropped one, so it's a 3-note 7th, and all we're doing is hitting that top string and then picking that D and G, and it's got a really cool sound to it. It's really easy to play, it's got a great rhythm, not great for strumming. You can do it, but I don't think it makes it any easier at all. So now with that, you can still hit these bottom strings as well. Get that beautiful ringing. So that gives us a really nice E major 7th to play with, okay? And look, with that as well, that 4-note 1 down the bottom, so that gives you the full range of notes in the 7th chord, whereas the shortened one is just those 3. 2 different feels, really easy to play between the two. It's up to you where you want to use them. So take a song that's got an E major in it and try it with one of these. Just see what happens. Right, we better get on to our minors as well. So E minor. Now this one is literally the easiest chord there is, okay? So we go to that repeat of the root note again, and we drop it back 2 frets, which means taking the finger off. So it is literally 1 finger down on the 2nd fret of the E. And that's it, okay? Really nice, really easy. You can finger pick that as well. Gets a really cool tone to it. But yeah, pretty much the easiest chord ever. Now, what we want to do as well, we've got our major minor. Where's the dominant come in? Okay, so same sort of thing. We start with that E full chord, and we're going to drop back 2 frets on our repeated octave there. So all we're doing is taking that 3rd finger off. And this is a really cool chord. So try replacing an E major with these here and there and see what feel you get. It's a great one. This one's good to strum. I really like it as a... And look, works really cool with a bit of A blues sort of stuff. So if you've got a they pair really well. You can get some great lead over the top of something like that. Sounds cool. All right, so we've got a few different options there. Now, with having our high strings in there, let's have a think, where can we actually get some of those extra 7th notes? All right, so what we found was our, minor 7th is a D. Now, where could we find a D again? So we've got there's a repeat. So instead of, say, doing our minor 7th, like fit one finger on, we could try it with hitting that D in there. And that sounds nice. So these chords are a bit more dynamic. You can actually create some new sounds by mixing up where that 7th goes. We'll leave it there, have a play around, and we'll see you next time.